get into some shite. Folks, welcome to Apocaleptic. Thanks for hanging out with me. Guess what? You know, today, if I had the rights to it, if I could afford to pay for it, I would be playing the Sugar Cube's Birthday, the song today. And it's not my birthday. What do you think I'm talking about? What's he mean? Well, why would he play the Sugar Cube's Birthday? All right, well, we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. If you don't know, I'll reveal it here in just a couple minutes. How you doing out there? How you feeling this fall day after Halloween? Did you get a lot of stuff? Did you get a lot of people come by? A lot of fun, a lot of costumey kind of things happening? I don't know. It just went by really, really quick this year. It's like it didn't happen. I'm not even sure it happened. In fact, there have been a couple times when I've had to remind myself if Halloween has already happened, because I can't remember. It just seemed to go so fast. And yesterday, I took the Halloween stuff out of the yard. Yeah, that happened. And we're already on to November, on to Halloween. I mean, it's almost Thanksgiving. Seriously, that's insane. But that's the way it goes. Let me tell you really quick, 678-348-0008 is our listener line. We have this line set up for you, even though no one ever uses it, but it's there if you need it in time of crisis, that you want to speak to me or someone else. If you just want to talk on the show, let people know who you are, why you're out there listening. Why the heck do you listen to this podcast? No one knows. I don't know why I do it. Why would you even know why you listen to it? But you could just call, you could text that same line. You can send me an email, rick@apocaleptic.com. You can do stuff on Facebook. We're there. We're on Instagram. We're on Threads. Just be our friend. Come hang out with us. I am in the process of looking for people to interview. If you have ideas, feel free to drop them to me. Now, I've been trying to come up with some ideas. This show is weird. This is a strange show. I know it's not a popular show. I know it's not like the #1 podcast in the country. I think we're way down the list. We might be at the bottom of the list. Some guy, some 14-year-old kid just decided to start a podcast in his mom's garage, his dad's garage. They helped him out with the equipment. His podcast is more popular than mine. It's true. I know that. So I want to sometimes plan events, and then I think, no one's going to do that. No one listens to the show. They just don't. Every once in a while, I got some friends who listen. I know a few people who listen, but for the most part, that's all. They just want to listen occasionally. That's it. I don't have any rabid, diehard fans, I don't think, who want to do some stuff. Do you think you are? If you are, all right, we'll talk about it here in just a couple minutes. Let me tell you, I was at this grocery. Here's something I miss. This is something I really miss. You know, I had a podcast before this one. I had a couple of podcasts before this one. But I had one that went for a while. I had a podcast partner. We did a show for a little while, and then it abruptly ended last July. Just quit. Just stopped. And that was it. It wasn't planned, but it happened. Some of you remember, if you're listeners, one of the things that happened on that podcast that we did on a regular basis was a beer review. Now, I was in the grocery store this past week, and I was in the beer section, which I rarely go in there anymore. I rarely go to the beer section. I don't have occasion to, but I was looking at all the new beer, and I just got this it was kind of like a little thing of nostalgia. I was just like, I really miss doing the beer reviews. I like beer. Okay. I like a glass of beer occasionally, basic beer. I'm not a huge craft beer fan, but in the years that we did the beer reviews, I actually found some craft beer that I like, found some types of beer that I like. But there was this interesting thing every week about going to this, like doing this little treasure hunt to try to find a beer. Number one, we'd never done on the show before. Number two, that seemed like it would be a good beer to do. And so there was something fun about that, just kind of going out, looking for it, finding that beer, thinking this would be cool, bringing it back, get on the show and try it, and then finding out if it sucked or if it was really good. But just looking through all the beers, I don't know. There's something really fun about that. I miss that. I miss doing that. Don't know that I miss the beer as much as the hunt for the beer. But, you know, what are you going to do? Today I have hot cider. Hot cider with, I am going to say, it might be spiked. Could be. Could be spiked with something. Why would I spike my hot cider today, huh? What would cause me to do something like that? Why would I be celebrating we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. So this happened a few minutes ago, earlier today, I'll say. And I'm kind of bummed about it, okay? I like to think that I'm kind of an impulsive person. I like to think that I'm kind of a spontaneous person. I probably not as much as I think I am or want to be anyway. But I like to think that I would do some things that maybe people wouldn't think I would. And certainly I would when I was younger, maybe not as much now. Or it could be, well, depending. Maybe I would. I would do some things now that I wouldn't do when I was younger. So forget everything I just said. Let's start over. Anyway, so I'm out in public. I'm at a place. I'm at a store. I'm at a shopping place. I'm not going to reveal what place I was in. But I was in there browsing. Okay, just looking around. And there was a person, female person, girl, young person in front of me, an aisle or two in front of me. She was singing along to a song that was on the loudspeaker. She was having a good time. She was just enjoying herself. She just looked like a fun person. There was something in me. I don't know what it was. It just said, I would be friends with this person. I don't know. I kind of felt like in some weird way, we sort of like almost had a moment. Now, this is not in any way romantic, sexual, anything like that. Just friendship, just person, people, connection. I just felt like if I went up and said something to this person, we would be friends. We would have a good time. Even if it was just like one time in the store for a moment, we would connect, we would laugh, it would be fun, and that'd be it, you know? Maybe we'd be friends. There was something about that. There was like a voice inside me that was saying, you should do it. You should do it. Go be this person's friend. Go meet this person. Now, I'm not a small guy, all right? I'm 6'5". I don't want to tell my weight. I'm 250. I don't want to tell my weight because I'm not going to weigh that forever. I'm a big dude. All right. I look like, you know, most young women don't want some big gorilla Sasquatch guy coming up and chatting with them. They just don't. So I'm very conscious of that. I don't want to come up and put somebody in an uncomfortable position. But I just got the impression she wouldn't care. She just seemed like she just was that kind of person. Didn't care. And, but I didn't know. And so the brain keeps saying, don't, that's stupid. You're like this big old guy. And you would like be going up and she's going to think you're trying to get a date with her. That would be uncomfortable. But it wasn't none of it. It was nothing like that. And so like so much during that time I was in there, this voice kept saying, do it. You're missing your opportunity. Ask her to be on the podcast. She's an interesting person. I'll bet she'll be great on the podcast. All of that stuff was going in my head. I didn't do any of it. I walked away. I walked out, did not make the connection. It's gone. It's over. It's done. Did I do the right thing? I don't think I did. I mean, life is short. There's just so, I don't know. I could have gone up and said hi and she'd call the police. I don't know. I don't think so. But is that the problem? I was thinking. Should I think? If you're impulsive, if you're spontaneous, you don't think. You just do. Shouldn't I have just walked up and just made a comment, made a joke, even if it's just something quick and silly? Isn't that what life is about? And not overthinking it. I overthought it. I let the opportunity pass, and it's done. It's done. I don't know. I kept thinking, because I felt so kind of strong about it, I started thinking that opportunity will come up again. I'll see her again. What if I do? Next time I'll definitely go up and I'll say something. Then I'll talk about it on the show. And actually, I'll ask her to be on the podcast. I have no. She was wearing slippers in the store. She was wearing fuzzy slippers. She just seemed like a silly, fun person. She was wearing sweats and just slipper and just having a good time by herself, singing along to the radio. She looked like she wanted someone to come over and sing with her. I wasn't going to do that, but I don't know. Have you had those experiences, where it's happened to me several times in my life where I've seen somebody kind of afar, and I'm just if I knew that person, I would be friends with that person. I just know it. And then at some point, it happens. We become friends, and then we're great friends. Almost, it was like forever. It's happened like on just internet, meeting people on the internet. It's happened in real life. Just opportunities, I just didn't take it this time. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to regret it. I already regret it. I should have done it. Who knows what would have happened? What's the worst that could have happened? I mean, she wouldn't call the police because I'm not going to do anything for someone to call the police. But just immediately, I would kind of know if this person is silly and open to some jokes here in this location, or they're just kind of they're intimidated, they're scared, they want you to get out of their space. You kind of know that. So I could have made the call. Anyway, I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like a lost opportunity. The thing that I really feel about this is there was some kind of impulse that I had that I didn't take, which I feel like deadens you if you don't. Your life says, do this. And then if you don't do it, your life quits giving you prompts, It quits telling you the fun things, the inspirational things to do. Because well, he's not going to do it. I'm not going to tell him to do it again. So I think that's probably the main thing I'm concerned about is I'm just killing my creativity, killing the inspiration in life, but just not taking advantage of those kind of things. Dull, boring person. Speaking of dull, boring person, today is the 1 year anniversary of this show. That's why it's the birthday of the show. It's the anniversary of the show. It's the celebration of the show. Did you know that? Did you know today was the 1 year? Now, to be fair, I think yesterday was as well. I uploaded on like the 8th, but it didn't start showing up until like the 9th. So I'm just going to say like the 7th, 8th, 9th, and maybe the 10th. We'll call it the birthday. It's like a little 4-day birthday. But you know how podcasts are, especially new podcasts. It takes a while for it to populate the internet. And 1 year I've been doing this show. It seems like longer, I guess, but it also doesn't. I don't know that I guess I hoped I would be doing it a year later, but I don't know that I thought that I would. But here it is, 1 year later. The show is different than what I thought it was going to be, but it's also something I don't know anymore what I want it to be. Can you tell? You can, probably. I think it took a really cool direction for a while, and then I'm like, do I want it to keep going there? I'm not sure. So here's some things about the show. First of all, when I first started the show, the idea was this show is for people Well, it's an entertainment show. I just wanted to be entertaining, right? I wanted to have some facts. I wanted to have some stories. I wanted to have some interviews. I wanted to have a lot of guests on the show. I haven't had a lot of guests. Started off probably too factual. Each show was like about a certain thing, and I tried to stretch it through the whole show. And I thought that was interesting for a while, and then I was like, no, this is going to take too much planning. It's a little too stiff. So then I just thought, well, I'll make it about life, right? That's kind of what most of my podcasts have been about, just about life. So that was good. But now, since my gallery's closed down, I don't spend a whole lot of time around lots and lots and lots of people. I have limited amount of things to talk about, really. I mean, some things. But I wanted to do a 2-show week podcast. I wanted them to be short. But here's the thing. Now, I think starting now, right now, in year 2 that we're starting, I think I'm going to try 1 podcast a week. All right? So 2 was fun. And now here's the deal. I'm going to do 1 for sure. I'm going to try to do, let's keep it on a regular schedule. We'll do 1 show Monday. Every Monday, new show. And then occasionally, and as much as I can, I'll do the Thursday show. And the Thursday show, what I would like for the Thursday show to be is the interview show. That's been my intention all along. So I'll do a Monday show. We'll see the Monday show every week. And then occasionally I'll throw in a Thursday show. Does that work for you? It's kind of what I've been doing on the schedule anyway, except the Monday show's been inched up to a Wednesday and sometimes Thursday show. But I want to get it back to the Monday show. And I'm also going to add some new little regular features to the show. Most of this will happen, well, it might start happening next show. But I think I'll really introduce it heavily in the next year. So let's just say in January, we'll kind of start with a lot of it. I gotta start booking some interviews. Feel free to throw out some suggestions. I'm out there trying to meet some people on the internets and make some connections and invite people to be on the podcast. That would be kind of fun to have some new people on the show, don't you think? And maybe make it more interesting for you to listen to. That's important, I believe. But yeah, there's been a few times when I've thought, should I continue doing this? Do I need to keep doing it? And at times I've thought, no. I don't need to keep doing this. I've done everything I need to do. And occasionally I still have those moments when I think that. But I do like doing it. I want to continue. I feel like there's some things that I could do that I haven't done yet. So I'm going to add some things. I'm going to keep doing some of the things that I enjoy doing. Make it more well-rounded. How about that? And I forgot. I can't gulp during the show. I got criticized for that. Try not to gulp when I drink. But yeah, I can't believe it's been a year. And usually I think after a year, it's a good time to start polishing, kind of reevaluating, looking at what you want to do, what I want to do, how I want to change. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And please, people, help me out. I'm totally fine with your suggestions. Even random suggestions, just toss them my way. Send them to me. Send them Facebook if you want. Send me an email. I don't care. Tell me what you think. Now, if you don't know, you can get all of the podcasts almost pretty much anywhere you get podcasts. But they're always there online at apocalyptic.com. You can just go there and listen to the podcast if you don't want to subscribe. I don't know why you wouldn't want to subscribe. But in case you don't, that's where they're there every week. You just go and get them. You can also get them on YouTube. They just automatically upload to YouTube. And just go and listen to as you want. I didn't realize YouTube actually has a pretty high listener, what's the word? I was going to say listenership. Is that right? YouTube, there's a lot of people on YouTube who listen to the show. Hi, YouTubers. How are you? Thanks for listening to the show on YouTube. And then, I don't know, subscribing. I always feel like subscribing is good because then you can listen to it anytime you want. It just downloads to your device. So yeah, but I do feel like I need to hear from people more. I need to hear from you more. Occasionally people drop me something, they'll comment. I like it. I really enjoy when you comment, help me out. People send me things as a comment of things I talk about that it's helpful. But yeah, just help me out on content. If there's something you'd like to hear, interviews you'd like to hear. I kind of like to do something I started off with that I ended up not doing. Is I like kind of weird news that sort of doesn't make like the mainstream, you know, kind of strange news, weird news. So I'm going to add some of that back again, I think. And a couple other things too I'm going to put in. So yeah, now here's something else I want to do. I got to decide if this is going to happen. And this is really going to be dependent upon you. I really, now that we're at a year, I'd kind of like to do a Zoom. I'd like to do a Zoom hangout, a little live kind of hangout thing. We don't have to have 1,000 people. We don't have to have 20 people. We don't have to have 10 people. Just the best 1, 2, 3, 4 people, I guess. However many who wants to show up would be great. I don't know what app we would use. Zoom seems to be pretty good, but we could do a live hangout anywhere. Google, Facebook, YouTube. Maybe I need some suggestions there too, but is this something you're interested in? If not, here's the thing. I'm not going to do it unless I get 2 or 3 or 4 people saying, I'll come to your hangout. And if we get 2 or 3 or 4 people, I'll do the little hangout. We don't have to do it. There's nothing. You don't have to bring beer. You don't have to bring snacks. You don't have to bring dip. You just show up. All you got to do is show up. You could leave anytime you want to. Bring beer for yourself. We might sit around, drink a beer, chat about the show, chat about other things. Give me an opportunity to meet you. You can meet me. You know how it goes. But if I don't get enough people saying they want to do it, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to have a Zoom and then no one show up. That's embarrassing. That's soul crushing. So let me know if it's something you might want to do. Just send me something on Facebook. Send me an email. Call the listener line, 678-348-0008. And do that anyway. All right. Are we done? Are we good? That was a pretty good show. It was a quick show. I feel like I feel happy. I'm a little confused. I'm confused for a lot of reasons. I'm confused because I actually did something for a year that I enjoyed doing, and I did it by myself with you, but I put it together by myself. But I'm at a point now where I'm ready to kind of add some stuff to it, and that's good. So I'm looking forward to that. But it's confusing. Life's confusing. My life's confusing. Right? I'm going to say goodbye. Bye! Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Hey, let's do it again. Let's have one more year. One more, and then we'll talk about another one after that. All right, cool.